Hi guys, how are you? No matter what we do, these days we do not seem to be escaping the whole Coldplay concert fiasco. And while everybody is sipping tea and gobbling up that news, somewhere down the line, that whole incident has tainted our image of love. Because imagine being married to someone, having their child, like they have two kids together, the CEO of Astronomer, Andy Brian, something is his name, and only to find out that, all those times that your husband has been telling you that he's out there doing his work, he's out for business trips, he's basically cheating on you. And like, can you imagine the pain and the humiliation, the embarrassment, and the audacity to let something that beautiful, like, I'm someone who keeps marriage and the idea of love, the concept of love in very high regards, to throw something like that out of the window just because you're that weak is really not, like, it's not clocking to me again. Yeah, I'm not letting that Justin Bieber whole thing go on. I'm invested in that. Anyway, so yeah, it was like, and you can expect a man to like do anything, say anything, except take accountability and say, uh sorry, like he's blaming Coldplay for it, for the whole privacy thing. He's blaming the people there to mock his private life. Like, dude, you are in a concert which is a public concert, there is nothing private about it. And if you have decided to, and obviously, if you're in a football game, if you're in a basketball game, there are things called kiss cam, and if you should be like, you know you should be aware that there is a possibility that you will be caught. I mean, the way they were caught was something not less than, divine intervention. But yeah, if you're cheating, you have to be, I think, expecting the repercussions when all of this, like when the truth comes out. And one thing about the truth, it will always come out in divine ways, is what I feel. Anyway, so yeah, wherever, like, again, it's like Justin Bieber, Haley Bieber, all of the entire internet, it does not seem to die, the news does not seem to die, because apparently Andy Brian is also a fool. Beside being like, he is, let's give him that, he was intelligent, that's why he was the CEO. But yeah, that does not, the intelligence of making some money does not equate to having basic intelligence. And he does not seem to read the room. He is just going on and on about this thing and suing people left, right, and center, and that's why the news is not dying. What I meant to say, like, through this whole fiasco, our idea of love has been tainted so much. Like, everywhere I see this news, I go to the comment section, and there are like men and women alike, because obviously he did not cheat alone, there was a woman involved and she was married as well. So women and men are cursing each other, like, all women are same, all men are same, obviously this, that. And that led me to think that fictional men would never. And it's so good to be spending time with books rather than with real people these days. So, just to restore your idea of love, we are here with some romance book recommendation. Now, it could go either way. Like, your idea of love could be restored, or you could be cursing the heck out of me for giving you romance recommendations. And, again, like, making your expectations go that high, and then getting disappointed by men in real life or women in real life. So yeah, it could go either way. Watch this video at your own risk, I would say. But if you are here for the recommendations, let's begin. My first recommendation for this video is Love on the Brain by Ollie Hazelwood. Now, this is about two scientists, NASA scientists, who are offered a job in NASA to work with NASA. And they, like, the man has always been in love with the women in this, like the female main character. Um, and if you're also in love with Marie Curie, like there are a lot of, she has this, um, the main female character has this crazy obsession with Marie Curie, Mary Sklodowska Curie. I don't know how to say her name. So, like, the female main character has this idea that the project she has been offered from NASA is being co-led by someone who does not like her. Like, she has this idea because she has heard this conversation and she has got the whole thing twisted in her head. While the male, her, like, the co-lead, the male main character of this book, Levi Ward, yes, Levi Ward has always had a crush on B. So it's like the man was already in love with her, and this is a whole story about that. Somehow Levi gets an idea that B has been married, and he's heartbroken. And if I want to convince you to read this book, it's like one of the okay writings of Ollie Hazelwood, Anna Huang, two others I would always read. But yes, if I want to convince you to read this book, I have this whole monologue by the male main character, and it goes like this. I know what she smells like. This little freckle on her neck when she pulls up her hair. Her upper lip is a little plumper than the lower. The curve of her wrist when she holds a pen. It's wrong, really wrong. But I know the shape of her. I go to sleep thinking about it, and then I wake up, go to work, and she's there, and it's impossible. I tell her stuff I know she'll agree to, just to hear her hum back at me. It's like a hot water down my fucking spine. She's married, she's brilliant, she trusts me, and all I think about is taking her to my office, stripping her, doing unspeakable things to her. And I want to tell her that she is luminous. She's so bright in my mind. Sometimes I can't focus. Sometimes I forget why I came into the room. I'm distracted. I want to push her against a wall, and I want her to push back. I want to go back in time and punch her stupid husband on the day I met him, and then travel back to the future and punch him again. I want to buy her flowers, food, books. I want to hold her hand and I want to lock her in my bedroom. She's everything I ever wanted, and I want to inject her into my veins and also to never see her again. There's nothing like her, and these feelings, they are fucking intolerable. They were half asleep while she was gone. But now she's here, and my body thinks it's a fucking teenager, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do, so I'll just not. Yup. So I'll just leave this at that. The second book recommendation, actually, wait, I have a couple of more. Let's go with Holly Hazelwood first. So this another book is Bride, and this is a paranormal romance. I mean, the vampires and the werewolves are getting it right. So, like, I think the humans need to keep up. We are lagging behind so much, by the way. Um, this is their story. They are again enemies to lover and marriage of convenience, by the way. So, this was like a great book for a one-time read, and my problem with this book was I did not like the name Misery Lark. Misery is the name of the female main lead. So it's just that. Anyway, um, they have to agree to this marriage of convenience, reason that have nothing to do with politics or alliance, and everything to do with only with the only thing she has ever cared about, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in where territory, alone with the wolves. So yep, she is being sent to, like, after marriage she goes to this wolves den. Everybody is there. She has hard time adjusting, but this she they are also, I think, fated mates. So yep. And the next in my favorite book by Ollie Hazelwood, I haven't read The Love Hypothesis, but no, I haven't read. What was that? Love Theoretically. Yes, that I haven't read. This is The Love Hypothesis, and this is by far my favorite from her. And it was also the first book I read from her. I just love both of them. Like, Oliver Smith and Adam. I think Adam was Adam Carlson. They are just great. So, um, this is a fake dating trope, and it starts with a kiss, then they have to maintain this facade. There is also a point where he asks, "Who did this to you?" So that's a plus, micro trope. Um, I like. If you do the same, please read this book. It's like really good, really such a cute love story. Also, there's a movie coming out with, I think, Lily Reinhardt in it. So you would want to, if you haven't read it yet, you would want to read this book, and like before the movie comes, because the books are always better, guys, always. Then we are coming to the one and only Anna Huang. As much as I have criticized her writing, I cannot say that I am growing tired of her. This is Twisted Love. I did not like Twisted Games at all, so I have not included it in this, but do not skip it, because a lot of people have Twisted Games as their favorite Twisted novel. So yes, it's just a me thing maybe. This is Twisted Hate, my favorite from the series, and this is Twisted Lies, and these will make you say that, yep, fictional men would never do that. um so he leaves his company, like the CEO position. I mean, he leaves the CEO position just to get the love of his life. If that should just like that should be convincing enough for you. This one is enemies to lover. Like, they are always cribbing in the both of the previous novels. They are just bickering like teenagers, and in this one, they have a good, perfect love story. Then we have Twisted Lies. I do not know what trope this was. I think it was a stalker romance. Like, he used to stalk her, but then there was an extra stalker, um, a trusted man of his, and it was. This one is a big book. Like, this requires commitment because 300 pages and they won't be kissing. So, like, this is like the slowest burn of all. Be patient with this book is all I'm going to say. If you are someone who likes something, like very pious love, I have two recommendations for you, actually three. Very, cutesy, non smutty, nothing like that, just pure love. I have three recommendations for you. Pire Kamil. Now, this one is not a romance. Let me get this straight. And this is available in English as well. This is a Pakistani novel. Majorly, the theme is of, how do I put it? I always have difficulty of, putting this thing into word, but it is about religious transformation. It's a whole journey with oneself and one's religion with elements of romance. But those elements of romance, let me tell you, will restore your faith in love, because there's a point where he goes to pray in Kaaba, and he's after, first of all, he's pining for her for 8 years, okay, and they're already married, and he is under the impression that she is like somewhere, she is married to someone else again, and she's under the impression that he's dead. So this book will take you into a whole lot of journey of, religious transformation, um transforming oneself as well through that. And their love story is very pious. I'm still in book 2. I have there is no translation of book 2 available, so I'm listening to book 2. That's the only way I can continue with the series, and that's what I'm doing. But this was great, 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 great love story. The little that we get of both of them, great love story. Then this is a mystery novel. Okay, but the little elements of love that we get in this is so good, and yes, enough for you to restore your faith in love. This is a schoolgirl reopening a dead case of a murdered, I think, of a murdered person from her own school, of Andy Bell, I think. Andy Bell was the name, if I'm not wrong. And an Indian guy is accused of murdering her, and she thinks that he could never do that. So she reopens the case for a school project, and it comes out that yes, they are like, the police did make a misjudgment, and based on, I think, their biasness with Indians or something like that, and it was easy for them to pin him as the murderer. During that whole entirety of the case, she meets his the person who was convicted of murder. She meets his younger brother, and they develop a whole friendship about it while they are solving this case, and then they fall in love. So yes, it's a very good, good, good book, as like in general. Coming back to pious love again, this is the 40 Rules of Love by Alif Shafak. This takes on, like, this is two dual timeline. One timeline gives us the story of Rumi and Shams of Tabriz, if I'm not wrong. Rumi as in the Sufi poet, and yes, Shams of Tabriz, who was like generally known as his mentor. But there is also elements of love in that, elements of mutual respect, elements of, devotion, elements of, I think, to the point where one surrenders their whole in love, is the best I can put this. And while the other timeline is of Ella, who is dealing with a lot of things. She is dealing with her husband's infidelity, and while that she finds, she engages with a conversation with a stranger about a book, and she falls in love. And it's a very emotional story as well, because the person, yes, it will be a spoiler, but yes, it's an emotional story. Nothing vulgar about both of their love, just pure devotion, pure surrender. And it was a great read, is all I'm going to say. My next recommendation is the entire Dark Wars series. This is by Runix, The Predator, The Reaper, and The Emperor. All three of them are so good. The man, Tristan Kane, The Man You Are, and Dante Maroni, The Man You Are. Oh my god. These two men have restored my faith in love majorly. Like, I'm binging through these novels, and it's just pure dopamine. Let's just put it that way. And if by any chance I'm not the last person on this earth to be reading these novels, this is your sign. These books will restore your faith in love. This is enemies to lover, like majorly enemies to lover, and enemies to lover done right. Like, they were at one point, they were trying to unalive each other. This is the continuation of their story, Tristan Kane and Murana Vitalio. Yes. Then this follow another couple from the same Dark War series. The story goes on. It's like putting the puzzles, like pieces of the puzzles of a one larger puzzle. So this follows the story of Dante Maroni and what was her name? Amara. Yes, Amara. And you will fall in love with Amara and Dante both. Like Dante is not that of a, Dante does not give the vibe of dark romance heroes, just like Logan. But yes, like you will fall in love with him regardless, and you will fall in love with Amara as well. Like she's such a strong woman, and it deals with like a lot of themes too. So I'll just say that take the trigger warning very seriously. A lot of things could be very triggering. Don't skip on that. But yes, it's a very good book. The like not exactly that same high, but this book was also very good. This is the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey. It's a big book. You will not get bored. That's my promise to you. The fiction is really fictioning in a lot of points, like in a lot of parts, but you will still look away, like turn your head the other way, and you'll just enjoy the story. The darker themes come from because the morally gray person is the heroine, not the hero. The hero is, the good guy, the police, the cop, and he's very nice. So yes, do read these two books as well. Then the next book, actually, the next two books are both marriage of convenience, but don't let that whole thing steer you off from these books because these are also good. This is good for the one time read. This is The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora. And this is a part of like, this is the first book from an entire series of marriage of convenience. So, yes, I'm just waiting for this year to get over and get my hands on both of those, like all the six. I think there are six books, so like the rest of the five books I'm just waiting to buy them. But this book was also good, not that great. I have heard that the next two books in the series are of another level, so I'm just waiting for that. But yes, it was a good one time read. Then there is Marriage for One, and first of all, I have paid so much money for this cover. Like insane amount of money just to get this cover on this book. Otherwise, I was reading this online. So this is Marriage for One by Ella Mace again, with marriage of convenience. But the man has like always been in love, and he was like lying to her just to get her. Like he lied to her that, oh yes, I have known your father, all of that, blah blah blah. But their love story is so good, like you will love it, and I'm just waiting for someone to pick this one up to make a movie out of it. Like do that. This book deserves some movie. This was so good. Please read it, please, please. Then another book which was very good and with a South Asian rep, very precisely Indian rep. This is Collide. It's of the eyes of the camp. No, of the campus is somebody else's. It's of the eyes series by Bal Khabra, and this was so good. First of all, the cover should be enough to like make you pick this one up. And look at these annotations. This was so good. Like the I loved that the female main character does not bow down to the male main character. She wasn't like all swooning over her and being like an idiot. She was very driven with her career. She was very, upfront with what her needs were. She was very she was like, okay, you look great, but yeah, like you would have to have more substance than that for me to go out on date with you. So this was like such a good book. like a good romance that I have read after a long time. So let this be your cue to read this book. I think I have finished all of these. Yeah, I have gone through every book that I have picked up for this video. And please do read some of these books. Comment if you have some good recommendations for romance. What else? Yes, I guess I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.